to get that
We got to be silly with this first of all, right? Come here, my sister fam. Come here. I know. Yeah, I know, folks. We are the sister projects. Some of us are DFE funded. Okay, let's save that awkwardness. For those of you listening on the podcast, I just grabbed them all and get into a big group hug. So I have here Nige from Let's Go Zero, Lou and Jenna from National Education Nature Park, or the Royal Horticultural Society. I have to say that slowly because I'm like, blah, 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 blah. So a very quick introduction of each of you, and then we'll explain what the sister projects are and what we're trying to do to support schools. So go Nige.
Introduce myself as in...
Let's Go Zero, Climate Action
Let's Go
Advisor.
Zero. I'm a Climate Action Advisor for Let's Go Zero. We are a national campaign that started off going in and lobbying government to get more support for schools. So schools can sign up to the campaign. We've got over 5,500 schools signed up now, and we go in and
catch up.
Go and have chats with Parliament, do events in Parliament, and get support. Work with the Department of Education, and then from that, and linked to the Department of Education's sustainability strategy. There's an expectation, as you guys all know, that schools will have a sustainability lead-in post and a climate action plan in place at some point in 2025
At
now?
some point, because it was originally, wasn't it? It was by 2025. But hardly any schools knew about it, which is not surprising really, because the DFE made it non-statutory. So it's not surprising. But I think we're now getting some, aren't we? Right.
Yeah.
So that's Let's Go Zero. Now, Let's Go Zero existed before the sister projects as a charity.
I'll just say what we do. Climate action advisors.
So Nige is a climate action advisor, which is part of what has been brought into the project.
Yes. So then, as part of this, schools need support to do their climate action plans because you don't have time or resource. So we go in and we can help them and support them write their climate action plans and link to our lovely sister projects. Get them loads of really good support so they can make meaningful action and actually take a lot of the stress out of it, because it's quite, a lot of it is really stressful because it covers such a huge amount of stuff. So yes, that's what we're sort of...
And let's give a shout out to two people who are on here, a part of the team. So Luciana and Jeremy, we love you guys, sisters, right? Absolutely love you guys. So they are the other two climate action advisors for the East of England.
Yes.
Were you an ex-teacher yourself?
I was not an ex-teacher, but
Right.
I was outdoor education.
So you've worked in education. Yeah. Oh, I do know was an ex-teacher. Lou?
Yes, I was an ex-teacher, ex-primary teacher.
Yeah.
So we are the National Education Nature Park team, Jenna and I, for the East of England. We were out of the sustainability strategy published by the Department of Education in 2022, which Nigel's referenced the climate action plan by 2025. So we're here to support schools create more green spaces across their educational settings, but whilst we heavily rely on that biodiversity element, we do fit into the other pillars of a climate action plan as well.
Yeah. So was you English specialist? Was you English specialist?
No, science specialist for me.
Specialist.
Science
Where did I get
specialist.
English from?
I don't know.
Maybe because he's just a good orator. I don't know. But So and what about you, Janice? How did you come into the role that you're doing now?
So I was I am an ex-TA, so I worked in a secondary school. That's kind of my background.
Yeah, you were special educational needs?
I worked with SEN students and foster kids. So worked with them in a mainstream secondary school. That was in the southwest. And then I studied conservation biology and kind of wanted to merge those two things together.
Perfect.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So I went into, became an outdoor educator and was lucky enough to do that abroad. And now I'm here kind of putting it all into one role of being able to help schools be more confident, going outside. That's I guess where my expertise lies, is that delivery side of things, being able to take large groups of kids and run with a nature-based activity.
Yeah.
And so just trying to give teachers the confidence that they can do those things in schools. That's kind of where
That's
I come in.
amazing. Now, one thing I've said, and I've actually said it on the podcast plenty of times before, is that what's been lacking with climate action today anyway is there are so many amazing people doing amazing things, but I think individually we're kind of hitting roadblocks, we're hitting glass ceilings, and it's just hard to make progress. But one thing I've really loved about working with you folks, even though we work for different organisations, that I've really felt really empowered by this partnership. And I think it just goes to show that actually we get on really well and I do consider you folks as friends as well as colleagues. Seriously. So, and every time we get together in our meetings or we see each other, it's always a good laugh and stuff like that. And I just think that's what's lacking, is this joined up camaraderie to fight climate action. So folks, these are my sisters. We call them my sisters, and we're all going to say the same thing together, because there might be four of us. Sustainability Support for Education are not here to represent, but they're the fourth sister project. But what we like to say to any school, he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming, right? If you contact one of us, you're contacting
All of us.
So if you're a teacher at school and you're overwhelmed, don't worry about it. Come to one of us. We've got your backs, all of us. All right, folks. See, look at the passion in that.